What if I didn't introduce you the whole time and you were just sitting there on the side smiling? How cringe. What is up, you guys? My name is Mason Healy, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit subscribe right now so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. I am here with my lovely sister. What is your name?
Megan.
What do they call you? The most important thing about her is that she's a counselor, guys, and that's really cool because she's about to give you some really good advice. And also, I'm really good at giving advice too.
Because you get tip from me.
And first of all, this is kind of like an add-on to a previous video I've done, and it's actually my most viewed video, which is super cool. So if you watch that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you have not seen it yet, it is how to get your crush to like you. And I feel like a lot of people benefited from it, which makes me happy. I had a lot of comments saying like, oh my god, this works. And I'm like, oh, I'm giving good advice, who knew? But if you guys haven't seen that, I'm gonna put a card up here so you can go watch that right now. This video is kind of an add-on because we're gonna be talking about how to get out of the friend zone. And this is a huge topic, especially for people like me who are like nice guys and sensitive. I don't know why it's so funny to me that I'm like a flop. No, this is like a huge topic, and the good thing is that we're here to help you guys, and we have the #1 secret that will get you out of the friend zone and 2 steps you can follow. You can start following these today to start like making the moves. Make money moves.
I make money moves.
But relationship moves, you know what I'm saying? So, first of all, Megan, what is our secret for success? Oh wait, actually, before we tell you guys the secret for success and the steps you can follow, I do want to mention something. I hear a lot of people talk about being worried that it's too risky to like try to get out of the friend zone and that you don't want to lose the friend. I personally believe that you shouldn't live your life out of fear, because for me, if you really care about someone and you want them in your life long term, you'll figure out how to do that. For example, I was in a 5-year relationship with my ex-girlfriend Lindsay. You guys have seen her on my channel a bunch, and we're really close friends. We don't have any feelings that are like intimate, but we made it work. And the good thing is that we were friends before we got into a relationship, so it all like flowed really well. And I think that the biggest thing to keep in mind is the biggest risk in life is not taking any risks, because it's like, what do you like, do you want things to happen in your life or do you want to play it safe? Like, we're about to like step it up, guys, you know what I mean? With that being said, what is our secret for success?
You have to change the way they view you.
Yes, that is the most important thing, and we're gonna tell you how to do that with 2 easy steps, and you can start putting these into process today. Step #1 is to stop treating them like a friend, because if you don't want them to treat you like a friend, and if you don't want them to view you like a friend, then you need to stop treating them like one. There's a couple of different like ways that you guys could probably take this, so I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. And I think for one, it doesn't mean like be a douchebag to them.
No.
Don't just like be like, you're not my friend. But then also think about how you would behave with someone that's like a completely random crush and not your friend. You'd probably be like more willing to go on like one-on-one dates and like do like less casual hangouts. You'd make it more formal and like go to dinner. Maybe you're like more touchy or flirty with the person. So you have to start thinking about things like that. Like, how would I, if I like really like this person, how would I treat them as if they were more than just a friend? So you have to make some changes before they can start changing the way they look at you. Yeah, because it's like, if you keep doing the same thing you've always done, then you're gonna stay in the friend zone, I promise.
Well, I think too, like giving them compliments and then like really making it a point to like that touching barrier be gone, because that's
barrier?
Yeah, barrier.
Yeah.
Being gone, because with friends you don't really touch each other. So
yeah, like little things like that, you just have to like switch it up and be like, okay, if I wanted to like be a little bit more flirty or show them. One thing I would say about this, guys, is to make sure you do this kind of slowly.
Yes.
You don't want to try to frick them the first time after watching this video. Start to be a little bit more touchy, start to be more intentional. Like when you guys are hanging out with a group of friends, put all of your attention on them, make them feel special, compliment them. Like just little things will start to add up and they'll start to pick up on it, but you don't want to do it like so shocking, because if it's shocking, they'll get scared. You want to like ease into it so it feels natural and so that you both feel good about it. Yeah?
it's like hunting.
Why?
We can't just shoot them.
Yeah, you have to be sneaky.
You have to be
We're gonna sneak up on your crush. Here's a huge thing, guys. If you do that without following our second step, then you're screwed, because they're gonna get freaked out, they're gonna feel uncomfortable, they're gonna feel like probably like closed off. How would you explain it? Like if someone comes onto you and you're not ready for it, or you don't see value in wanting to like them back, you're probably gonna like immediately shut down.
I think that, and not only will they feel it, but you'll feel it too. You'll feel that uncomfortableness. You're going to come at it in a weird angle.
Yeah.
And so you have to do step number 2 in order for step number 1 to work.
Yes. So step number 2 is huge, and this really relates to the first video that I talked about. This is a huge add-on. The video with like a ton of views, this is what really worked for people, and it is to focus on yourself.
Yes.
I cannot like even begin to talk about how important this is, not only with like friend zones, but with crushes and just life in general.
Yes.
If you can give to yourself what you're looking for from other people, that is huge, because you're not desperate for them, you're not needy, you're not clingy, you're not all in their face, and you're basically proving to them and yourselves that you can do things on your own and that you don't need other people to be happy.
Absolutely. I think too, it builds your confidence. Like once you start working on yourself and start trusting yourself and building your self-confidence up, that is really attractive to someone. Just confidence alone, you do not have to be attractive, but if you have confidence, something like
there's something
you
about
to that confident person.
Yeah, and your vibe completely shifts, and the other person will start to pick up on it, I promise. So the ways to do this, like ways to implement this step, is to set some goals for yourself that you want to achieve and really start to work on them and take them serious. Do it for you and not for anyone else. Make yourself a priority. So like, for example, if you have like a big list of things you want to get done in a specific day and your friend calls you, the person that you like, if they call you and you just drop everything for them, that's not really showing confidence in yourself. It's not taking care of yourself. You're basically giving yourself away to them. But let's say like you call, like for example, let's put yourself in their shoes. So let's say you called them and you're like, yo, do you want to hang out? And they're like, oh, I've got a lot to do, but maybe another day. It kind of like makes you want them a little bit more. You get like drawn in. And so if you start taking on that mindset, they're gonna start viewing you in a different way.
For sure.
Which is what we want them to do. We want them to view you in a different light.
Because friends will just drop everything
Yeah.
to their friends. Like
Yeah.
most friends do that. But if you have a love interest, you're more likely to hold back a little bit. So doing that will help for sure.
Yeah, well, and like for me personally, I'm way more attracted to people who are independent and who are happy on their own, who have goals. Like that's such a better vibe to be in instead of someone who's like always like needing your attention and gross. If you did step number 2 without step number 1, then they're just gonna think you're a douchebag. They'll be like, why is he ignoring me? Why is he going off doing his own thing?
For sure.
But then they're like, oh, okay, they'll start to get it. He's being a little bit more flirty, but he's also focusing on himself. So it's like, I'm attracted to him now that he's like doing his own thing, or her, or whatever you guys wanted, whatever you are. The thing is if you do step number 2 without step number 1, then they're just gonna think you're kind of like a douchebag who doesn't really care about them anymore. But the nice thing is if you're more flirty and more intentional about spending specific time with them and giving them a lot of attention and compliments and being a little bit more touchy, and you're focusing on yourself, then your attraction value goes up and they're gonna think that you're starting to take this serious. Another thing to implement step number 2 is I would say go out and make other friends and also possibly go on dates, because this is gonna prove to you and them that you are desirable, that you are valuable, and they're gonna be like, oh, other people like Mason as more than a friend. He could be like a relationship partner. Like that's a possibility. That's super cool, because then you're like, yeah, I can be confident and I can get other dates and I don't need you. That vibe is so good to be on. I love that. And you be flirty with them. So it's like a perfect balance of like filling it out and balancing out these steps so that it's like you're giving them more attention, but then you're also focusing on yourself, so then they're attracted to you. It works perfectly together. I really think it like is a good combination.
For sure. Well, and it's a win-win situation because you're taking care of you, which is the most important relationship you will have in your life is yourself. Tweetable.
I feel like I'm on Oprah Super Soul Sunday.
Yes! And you'll have a new relationship, and it's just going to be practice for you, because even if this one doesn't work, it's practice for you to know how to move past the friend zone.
Okay, so let's say you start implementing these steps and it's not feeling right. I think it means that you need to balance one out more than the other. So if you feel like you're really focusing on yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you're going on other dates and stuff, and they start to pull back and get like annoyed by that, then maybe you want to up the other one a little bit, where you pull in like being a little bit more friendly and being like, hey, we should go to the movies with just me and you, like on Friday. Because then they're like, okay, like, you know what I mean? But then let's say you start doing the first step of like being flirty and stuff, and they start to like get weirded out or feel uncomfortable, then you shift it and be like, okay, I'm gonna focus on me and show them that I don't need them.
Yes.
You don't like, you don't have that clingy energy. It's really like a balance of those two steps.
For sure. And it just goes back to that self-confidence. And like when you have that kind of energy, it just pulls people in.
Yeah, for sure. For the most part, guys, this is all gonna be about how you're feeling, and you're really gonna have to be very conscious and aware of how you're feeling. You want it to feel natural and good, but you also want to be very intentional about what you do from now on so that they do start to view you in a different light. And I think what will happen is when you kind of balance these steps out and start implementing them, then I think you are gonna notice a shift in the way they view you, and they'll be like, oh, this kid, like, there's something about him that's like different, and your attraction factor will immediately like boost right up. So I think this is like a great start for you guys. I don't know, I'm curious to see what you think. If you made it to this point in the video, comment below and let us know maybe about like an experience that they had of like how they got out of the friend zone, or if you're in the friend zone right now and you don't like it, tell us about it and we'll like reply to comments, because you have a YouTube account where we can like reply and like give you guys advice. I don't think there's anything else, but I do want to mention that if you guys watched my last video, which I thoroughly enjoyed, I gave away a $25 Amazon gift card code. It was hidden in the video. So congratulations to Sophia for finding that code. I'm so proud of you. If you guys like that contest where I give away different gift cards and stuff, then keep watching my videos and make sure you have notifications on so you're first to find the code. There's not one in this video because I didn't go and buy a gift card, but maybe next time. Other than that, if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and hit subscribe because I make new videos every single week. So I will see you next time. All right, goodbye.